Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on one thing, single barrels. Best of all, you can try before you buy. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution so you know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and who from the industry may be coming in to visit. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. We are also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers traveling minibars that are no bigger than a small purse or toiletry bag. Best of all, they are fully customizable so you can create the perfect piece that is unique for you. If you own your own business, what a fun and unique way to promote what you do. Check them out online at thebartogo.com. That is the number 2 in the Bar to Go. If you have wholesale questions, call my friend Isabel Clark at 504-481-1297. Finally, we are sponsored by the Neely Family Distillery. NFD is a family-owned business that keeps ringing up awards in the spirits world. Head to Sparta, Kentucky to experience the family history, award-winning spirits, and meet the Neely family. Check them out online at neelyfamilydistillery.com. Now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Sorry.
This is a good start.
You're going to be fantastic in your movie, McNew. Wait, what, is that my line?
Wait, what? I'm a waitress? What?
Do we need to go action now because you're in movies?
Yeah.
Scene one,
Welcome
take
to the
one.
Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we discuss a unique offering called Way Down the Mountain Bourbon. My name is McNew. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, Kathy Cole, Steinkamp, Darren McRoy, and Von Nieters.
Hey, gang, what's up?
Hello there.
Hey, y'all.
Hello. Yes. McNew, that was a great intro. That was a great
I'm sure it was.
Yeah, we surprised you by starting a show.
Yeah.
That was-
It is. Like, what am I- no, also, I'm using my phone instead of my laptop, and it's just different looking.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Does anybody else besides me think that Steinkamp needs to drop the first name and just be Steinkamp?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even like when I see the first name. I don't like it. I don't want to call you that.
I just thought that was a done deal.
I want that name discontinued.
Yeah.
Oh.
It'll
Good
happen
deal.
before or later because I just read what's on the script, and if it says Steinkamp, I am reading Steinkamp. You no longer have the first name; it's gone.
All right. it's
Von
gone.
Nieters has not been Evan Nieters for like at least months now. He's just Von
Yeah,
Nieters.
just Von Nieters.
And then
yeah.
when I tried to find him on social media, I'm just like, where the hell is he? But it doesn't show up as Von Nieters because it's not really his name. It's very
That's I know. I go to text him all the time. I put
like,
Von
where is
Nieters in it. I got to put it in my phone like that. I haven't done
I
that. yet.
have him in my phone as Von Nieters.
Yeah,
Just
I need
fix
to put it
yourself.
in Von Nieters. Yeah. His cousin reached out to me and said, "Hey, Von Nieters is getting this. I want one too." I was like, "Oh, okay." Von
Yeah,
Nieters.
and anytime I write
Even
something
family
for
calls him
Ryan,
that.
I write Von Nieters. Too. I start writing Von Nieters. Like, nope,
Ryan
that's not
Von
his name.
Nieters. He has to change his last name. Yeah, interesting. All right, Darren, you said there's something you want to talk about before we start talking about Way Down the Mountain Bourbon.
So there was this came up the other day in the shop, and I asked Steve, and then I was like, "Steve, don't answer that question. That's going to be a small talk because that was
Okay.
really good. What would you want your Booker's batch to be called?" They always have a name that kind of relates to the story of the batch of something
Okay.
going on. So if Jim Beam came up to you and was like, "Hey, we're gonna do a Booker's batch for you. What are you calling it?"
I would call it the bourbon slush batch because that's how I really truly got into bourbon as a kid, sampling some bourbon slush. And I know for a fact the No's like bourbon slush. So if I pitched that idea to them, they'd probably be like, "Shit, that's a good name for one of these. We should use that." So I got
Especially
some,
with Booker's Rye.
Exactly. There you go. There you go.
want the pumpkin patch batch because
Okay.
I love Halloween and I wanted to have like a lot of fall and smoky flavors in it.
Okay.
Pumpkin patch.
All right. They used to do one from time to time where they would invite like social media people and that. Could you imagine if all of a sudden you open up your email sometime, McNew, and it's like, "Hey, we want to invite you to be part of a Booker's Batch selection committee"? I would die if they sent me one. I would die. That's like off the chart stuff. Hanging out with Fred and Freddie No selected a Booker's Batch.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, I would love but your email killed me, so sorry.
Yeah. The good news, Steve was selected for a Booker's Batch selection. The bad news is he died when he read the email. Yeah.
And McNew got the email anyway because they sent it to.
Yeah.
I'll just keep that one.
Oh my God,
Steve. I don't know why they didn't pick you.
Yeah. All right. KK, what would you call the KK batch?
I'm going KK's concoction.
KK's concoction. Okay. All right. Von Nieters.
I don't know. I guess like the turtle farm batch or something, right?
Yeah.
The pond.
The Von Turtle Batch?
Turtle farm. That's great.
I don't know.
I'm buying that one. I gotta
Buy the turtle pond.
Darren, we're closing the store on Thursday. I'm going to go out and try to get a turtle farm. That's genius. What if you find out like Freddie knows like totally into turtles and stuff like that? He's like, dude, can you hook me up with Von Nieters and I want to go over to his house and check it out?
That'd be awesome.
That would be awesome. Right? Oh, yeah.
And then the answer is yes, just in case he asked, right?
Yeah,
how would you set up your house? Do you hide everything that's not beam, or you just got like all the beam laying around and stuff like that? Everything else is
it's like this is everything I have.
Yeah. Hide it behind Booker's boxes and
yeah, you don't want to mess it up, so 100%.
Unfortunately, they've sent the email to McNew, and now she has to build a turtle pond.
Now I'm like, how do I get me that hard?
she gets like a kiddie swimming pool and like plastic turtles. It's like turtle pond. There we go.
No.
There you go.
No. Steinkamp, what do you think?
It's going to be the bassman batch.
The bass man. Okay, that's good.
Yeah, playing bass guitar, right?
Sure.
I think you got to have a B in there. The bassman batch.
Okay. All right. That sounds good. All right, Darren, you asked the question. What's your thoughts?
So I've also been thinking about this for a week and a half, and so I should probably have a better answer than this. I'm just going to let that be known. But I think I'm going to go with the Mighty Oak because it's kind of related to bourbon comes from oak. I like trees. Mighty because it sounds cool.
I like it. I like it.
I'm going to give it a B+.
That's way better than I was expecting with your preface. Yeah, good stuff.
I thought it was going to be 3 hands batch or something.
One I was kicking around was the, what was it? Young and Natural. And then I was like, no, wait, that doesn't sound
Young and Natural.
That was my worst idea I came up with.
Okay.
So.
Yeah.
Sounds like some kind of hygiene product, not a bourbon.
Yeah.
Sounds like a category on a certain website.
But it sounds like one that doesn't work. Where you're like, yeah, I use a natural deodorant. We can tell. We know.
Yeah,
on that note, it's time to drink. What is everyone drinking? Let's start with Von Nieters this time. Let's get him out of the way. Let's see if he's got the explosive cork pop, and we can just all mail it in then. What do you got?
have the 10th Mountain Single Malt Whiskey.
Okay. Oh, not much there.
Not
Pretty
much.
placid.
We have hope. We have
Been
hope.
opened pretty recent.
Okay. All right. Let's go with McNew.
Going with some Watershed.
Okay. All right. Von Nieters still has the lead. Darren's next.
I got some Epilogue Series Ardent Spirits Madeira cask finish.
Nothing there. Nothing
Silence.
there. KK.
Been quiet.
Well, I switched it up because you guys we were talking about Booker's, and so I pulled out my 2017 Q3 called the Young and Natural batch. We'll open that.
Cheers. Okay. Von Nieters still has the lead. I've got Angel's Envy. This is a pick I did with Jim. I've been opening up a lot of my bottles Jim and I did together, so that's one of those. So here we go. No, nothing there. Von Nieters still has the lead. Despite one of his weaker efforts in recent memory, he still could win this thing. But Steinkamp has yet to go. What do you got there, buddy?
I've got Farm and Estate from the ABV shop. Spite on the set.
Okay.
You got the thumbs up. You got the thumbs up.
Tight
Yourself.
work. Yeah.
Yeah. Von Nieters wins. Von
Dang
Nieters
it.
wins.
was an open window there.
I'm kind of
Cheers.
surprised.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
All right, we'll take a quick break, and then when we come back, we're going to talk about Way Down the Mountain Bourbon. We'll do that in just a few. Okay, let's talk about the people that make these shows happen. First up is the Stave and Thief Society. Via their in-person class at Moonshine University in Louisville, Kentucky, the Stave and Thief Society is the place where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge an executive bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my executive bourbon steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Speaking of executive bourbon steward certification, the ABV Barrel Shop in St. Louis, Missouri has developed a unique partnership with the Stave and Thief Society to offer a preparatory class to assist you in getting your executive bourbon steward certification. This prep class costs only $25 and is available to take live or online via Zoom. Graduates of our class receive a coupon code good for 15% off your executive bourbon steward certification held in Louisville, Kentucky. This saves you almost $90. Additionally, you can collaborate with fellow attendees to split travel costs when you go to Louisville. If you're interested in signing up for the class, simply head over to abvbarrelshop.com and check out the classes and events page. Last but not least, we are sponsored by Neely Family Distillery. Royce Neely is the 11th generation distiller in one of America's oldest distilling families. A visit to Neely Family Distillery takes you through family history, where you can see all the artifacts and newspaper clippings through the years from this family that started distilling in America after James Neely arrived from Northern Ireland in 1740. Today, Royce Neely and his team are crafting some of the best spirits in America. Their bourbon and absinthe offerings keep winning top honors in the spirits competitions. Recently, their absinthe made history as the first platinum winner in the absinthe category at the San Francisco Spirits Competition. Neely Family Distillery is definitely a bucket list destination if you are a bourbon fan. Learn more about their spirit offerings, visiting their facility, and the awards they have collected over at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com. Hi, this is Steve Akeley of the ABV Network, reminding you not to mix your bat wings and high-proof whiskey in the summertime. You're listening to the Bourbon Daily.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we're talking about Way Down the Mountain Bourbon.
Yes, we are. Kathy, what can you tell us about this one? The queen of research, what do you got?
Have I done some research?
Okay.
Very interesting.
All right.
It's obscure, to say the least.
Okay.
So in 1996, a small parcel of bourbon was distilled and purchased by Hunter Lang, a Scottish independent butler.
Okay.
The liquor was then aged for a majority of its life in Scotland.
Uh-huh.
And then 20 of those casks were then that were purchased. 10 of them have gone into this small batch of 25-year-old bourbon.
Okay. Aged in Scotland, remember, folks, a little bit different climate than the U.S. So you're thinking 25 years, that's over oaked. Well, again, the climate's going to play a factor here, but you know, it's going to follow the normal rules of bourbon. So it's going to be different than your typical Scotch. Scotch typically aged in a used cask. So it's interesting. Right away, I'm interested in this. I don't know if it's going to be good or bad. Go ahead, Kathy. Sorry.
That's okay. No one knows exactly where it's been distilled. There are some theories.
Sure.
Maybe Heaven Hill, maybe somewhere else. And the notes on it have been called very pronounced and wonderful cherry notes.
Yes.
With soft spice.
Now they got me. I was interested. Now I'm on the hook.
Note.
Yeah. Okay.
Unfortunately, you have to go to the UK to find it.
Right. 103.6 proof. $600 plus per bottle. You can get it out there for $600-ish. So here's my challenge. So many people are quote unquote bourbon hunters. You score a Stag Junior That's not really bourbon hunting. You want here you go. Here's your chance to land a Marlin. Bring that in and have me taste that. Now I'm interested. Now I think you've done a good job. Now we're talking here, folks. Now you're impressing me with your bourbon hunting skills. You come strolling in the ABV barrel shop with this and be like, I got one for you to try. Here you go. Here's the challenge. Not your Stag Junior. Not your, oh, look at this. Check this out, Steve. I scored a Buffalo Trace. Something exciting. Oh, just the regular. Just the regular. I shop at Schnucks. How about that? No. Here you go. Don't you guys think this is an opportunity because first of all, you can buy it online if you're willing to trust online shopping. You can get it there. If you know someone who happens to be going over to the UK, the opportunity to pick up a bottle for you. You think, well, I'm not going over there. Well, there's plenty of people that go over there. You know, if you're looking with your network of friends and family members,
know somebody.
People you work with, there you go. It's a possibility. So I don't know. What do you guys? Are you guys interested in this one as well? Would this be something you would seek out to taste? Like I said, hey. On Tuesday, we got a guy coming up the barrel shop, and this is for the St. Louis crew, not necessarily McNew getting in the car and driving down. But would you guys be there? He's going to be here Tuesday at 6 o'clock. Are you guys going to be there?
Yes.
I'd probably be there.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
100%.
At least a 12-hour heads up, I can be there. Drive it.
Yeah. So I don't know. This one sounds oddly interesting to me. Normally, I'm not interested in this stuff. This one sounds fun to me.
I like the label too. The label's gorgeous.
Label's
they did a good job finding that. And I like the name Down the Mountain. Makes me think it's like from Appalachia itself, but it's not. But I just like that whole little thing it's got going on.
Yeah.
That is my only thing I don't like about it. I love everything else about this idea, but there's not a mountain in Scotland. Like they don't have those, and so
I mean, how high are the Highlands? There's got to be like a little hill or something.
You redefine what a mountain is when you don't have them, of course.
Yeah.
I got a guy lived in the Pacific Northwest, and he came in and when he was in St. Louis for training, he's like, I hate you Flatlanders. I don't know that we're Flatlanders. I mean, go to Kansas. Now you're talking Flatlanders. I don't know that we have rolling hills and mountains, but
that's just being pretentious.
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah. So but you redefine things depending on where you live.
So I'm going to be the devil's advocate.
Okay, go ahead.
Do we really think that there's never been another bourbon aged in Scotland?
No,
Not
because
I
have one. It was a Heaven Hill one that did a collaboration. Chris got it for me like our first Christmas together.
Okay.
So it was aged over there. I still have the bottle, but I still have the bottle.
I remember when you had that. Yeah, I remember that one.
I need to do something artsy with that bottle. It's just collecting dust right now. Yeah, it happened.
I think it's fairly unique. No matter if they've done it before or not, I think it's rare enough. And again, I want to try 25 years aged in a brand new charred oak barrel in Scotland. We kind of know what that tastes like in the U.S. So there's certainly been 25-year-old products, and we've tasted older age stuff. Not great, but I want to try it in Scotland for sure.
So geeking out on the label a little bit, it does say Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, which means it was at least aged 1 year in Kentucky, right? Isn't it? In order to put Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, it's got to be 1 year, I think.
It have to be 2 to be Kentucky straight.
2 executive bourbon stewards, sir.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. Interesting. So a little bit in Kentucky and then over to Scotland.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the tasting.
They did say a
notes.
majority of its life, so
Yeah.
they weren't.
Okay.
That. Yeah. So
Yeah.
no.
I just love those tasting notes.
I don't think this is as expensive enough. Now I'm thinking about it, because they had barrels shipped all the way to Scotland, housed in Scotland, and then shipped back to America to be bottled and stuff.
Oh, it had to be bottled back in Kentucky?
I kind of thought I read that. Maybe I'm making that up. Maybe it was bottled over there. That would make a lot more sense.
Yeah, I would think it would be bottled there, because then they'd have to ship it back, because it's really, if you're getting it, it is out of the UK. So I don't think it's made that many treks across the pond. But yeah.
And the mystery is what is he doing with the other 10 barrels?
Waiting for the 30-year-old release.
Yeah. More could be coming. Maybe there'll be a couple. You generate interest with this, and then if it's good, which it sounds like it's good, if it's good, you've got something that's
maybe he's got
much more
some good
valuable
single barrels for the ABV
Could be.
barrel shop.
Maybe. Ooh, how cool would that?
That would be cool. Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see You bourbon hunters out there.
So
Yeah,
Steve, sorry, I'm gonna go a little longer. If
Okay, go
he
ahead.
did a single barrel
Uh-huh.
and offered you half a barrel,
Uh-huh.
at what price on the bottle would you say that's too expensive?
I don't think I got to be honest. I don't think we could do that. I mean, if you think even if it was just wholesale cost $450, I think that's too much. Now it's 25 years old. How much angel share is there? I don't know. That'd be a tough sell. I mean, we would probably have to find at least 150 people willing to drop at least $600. That's a lot of customers and if not, I got to tie up a lot of resources sitting around there. So I probably couldn't do it.
So at what price would you do it? Like, what's the highest? What's the lowest they could bring this that would make it? Well, not $25.
Right.
$25. That's what you asked.
I would buy again, this is not realistic because it's going to be lower than their cost, but I would say we could afford a half barrel at $200 a bottle wholesale, and then we'll retail it for, whatever that retail is. So, yeah. Well, that's
or if it were 10 bottles, right? Maybe at
yeah.
6.
Oh, I think we could sell 10.
I think you could do that.
I think we could sell 10 bottles, no problem. There's probably 2 cases easily just with our regular buyers and stuff like that. So I'm talking 4 cases, 24 bottles. I think we could buy 24 bottles and something with a retail of $600. I would be comfortable in bringing that in, and I would think most of it, if not all of it, would go out as soon as the notice went out, and then if we had some, it would be minimal, and that's okay to keep 1 or 2 on the shelf. I just don't want to sit there with 10 cases. Yeah. 106 out of 150. I don't want to be sitting with that would tie up a lot of capital. So, yeah. But yeah, I would love to be involved in it. I would love to have it in there because, like I said, these tasting notes got me. I love the cherry bomb stuff. So there you go. All right. Well, we'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Von Nieters, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Von Nieters.
Steinkamp.
You can find me at the ABV Tasting Bar hanging up curtains or on Instagram or Facebook at Investment Whiskey.
Darren.
You can find me on Instagram at the Bourbon Adventures.
KK.
I too am on Instagram. I am at KK Cast Strength.
McNew.
I'm on Instagram at McNew ABV.
All right, for me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got a company website. That thing's abvnetwork.com. Check it out. Everything that we do is out there. Previous shows, blogs, so much more. abvnetwork.com. Come by and see me. The ABV Barrel Shop, the place where you can try before you buy. Check us out online, abvbarrelshop.com. McNew, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I'd like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review. That includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. And if you like what we're doing, we ask you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/theABVNetwork.
Great job today, gang. Farnance, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
Bye, all.
Bye.
Bye.
Peace. Before we let you go, let's talk about one last thing. The ABV Barrel Shop in the St. Louis community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on a couple of things. First of all, single barrels. We are the place where single barrels live. We go to distilleries, taste through the whiskey, select the best barrel, and have it shipped to our store where we present it to you, our customers, by allowing you to try before you buy. We're also known for the classes that we have in our education center in the store, as well as the events we have with industry professionals from the bourbon business. If you are in the St. Louis area, please come by and visit us at 6 Fox Valley Center in Arnold, Missouri. Or at a minimum, at least sign up for our email and text distribution so you know exactly what's going on in our shop over at abvbarrelshop.com. This is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, signing off. We thank you for listening to our programming and truly appreciate your support.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.